we had seen them in Ocean City, New Jersey, the last week of July, and she said that Kathy was probably coming in on a Monday because she always has Sunday obligations.
Oh, right.
Right,
And
right.
so she was coming on Monday and spending the week, and then going back again before the following weekend, so that, again, for her church and her musical obligations to the church. But
Great.
she's coming.
Good.
So, she was supposed to have come last year, but she had to cancel because she was dealing with stuff with her mom. But, so this year she is, according to Melanie a couple weeks ago, she's coming. Are you there, Melanie?
I think so. Yeah. So for some reason our power and then the internet went out. So I think it's working
Oh.
now.
Gotta pay your bills, Melanie.
Yeah, I know it's terrible, but yeah, Kathy should be on soon. She had a meeting, so and she's coming. So,
Well, Kathy Burr, can you tell us anything more about the plans for the game without giving any the ansers, or
We're ready
how's
to,
that going?
I have a nice database of responses. We kind of threw it out there with links and people, and Barb, I think, forwarded it to tons of people. And
good.
I had people responding with copies of their responses who, I didn't even sometimes recognize the name.
I got a hold of Lois Samer, and she just happened to be going to, a group of Phi Mu's that she gets together. Actually, it was her freshman whole group, and Sue Samarco just happened to have been their RA. So I think from that group, it kind of fanned out. So it might skew a little bit towards people who were part of that group.
Oh, good to know.
That's all right.
Good
No,
to
there
know.
were others. So the main thing is, if you watch the show, you just need enough responses for the different questions
Right.
to make it fun. And there's always on the show, there's always like the top couple answers to the questions they pose. And then the survey, the bottom couple answers sometimes only have 2 or 3 responses. And those are the ones that the teams have a hard time getting, because they're not as obvious. And then obviously if you watch Family Feud, the other side, if you get 3 strikes, the other side can steal all your points if they can come up with an answer. So I'll be ready to go. We just have to decide how we want to divide into 2 teams. So, and I'm thinking Rich and Kevin should play. They'll just be on the team with somebody else. And because sometimes it's like, if one of the questions is at what time did your earliest class start? Well, they could always just take a guess. They don't have to, they went to college, right? So
Yeah, they may not remember.
they shouldn't sit out. Kevin and Rich should play.
Yeah, good.
Agreed.
So I'll be ready to go. The only person who can't play is me, because I know all the answers, and that would not be fair.
And Brian,
Brian doesn't know any of the answers.
can we trust that?
Is
You
there a
can trust
firewall?
that. He hasn't looked at a thing. He doesn't care. He doesn't.
Yeah, he
want
wouldn't remember anything anyway, right?
it. So when we
All
get
right,
there,
well,
we'll
let's
just have
play.
to decide. My biggest thing is trying to figure out a system for displaying, like when people make a choice, how to without taking up too much, how to display, okay, here's that response and here's how many
Right.
people wrote that. So I just have to play around with an easy way to do that.
Do we need to get a whiteboard, or because I think Kevin has one for his conference or something?
Well, that would be cool if he has. The only whiteboard I have is a play school little chalk / whiteboard thing that's only 3 feet high.
Kevin, do you still have a whiteboard?
I have newsprint paper.
Oh, he
Oh,
has big newsprint paper.
Oh, he has big newsprint paper. Yeah,
Well-
I can get. I have the whiteboard that the kids use on this little play school,
Mm-hmm.
drawing thing, which I could set up
Right.
on the table, and then you can erase, the responses and go on to the next
Yeah.
one. That would save having to, waste a paper or anything.
Right.
But we'll be ready to go. I'm reluctant to try to do something on a computer and try to project it to that screen in that,
No.
remember that
Right.
second living room had that huge TV griff?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd go
You
low
put your
tech.
video up there for us all
Yep.
to enjoy.
I
but-
can replay that again if people
No.
want to see that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I have a
But
PowerPoint.
I don't know how to use a computer, you know what I mean? If I can connect in to that kind of system.
Yeah,
I-
I'd go low tech. I'd go low tech on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go paper
yeah.
and pencil
Answers have to be covered.
or
Yes.
whiteboard, erase marker, pencil, depending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But we'll
also,
So, if we
But
had
that's
an
only one night activity, you know, we have
Yeah,
other nights, so.
yeah.
So if we need an easel, I'll look around to see if I can scrounge one up from somewhere.
Yeah, well, like I said, if I put the kids' little play school thing up on a chair or table, it'll be high. It won't be 3 feet on the floor, except for their height. But if I put it up high, I could write without breaking my back.
We might be able to steal one from one of the Sunday school.
So anyhow,
oh, did I hear stealing from the church?
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's
I
it's
heard
recorded
that.
too.
It's recorded.
Our church has a bunch of Sunday school classrooms. They're not all occupied at any given time. So if they're not heavily mounted to the wall, I might
oh
be
my
able
God.
to
Okay.
get one of those.
And then
And
are
so-
they the erase boards, the whiteboards that the
Yes,
dry
yeah.
erase marker comes right off? They're the
And
easy.
since
would
we're
be-
driving, we can actually stick stuff in the car as opposed to
Mhm.
trying to fit it in luggage.
Right. And I have a bunch of dry erase markers. And so I mean, sometimes that's the easiest way to quickly change
Sure.
something.
So I'm picturing some cardboard to cover the answers and some painter's tape to tape the cardboard over the answer and then pull it away.
Or I put the thing up and then I don't know. Well, I'll figure something out and then the number goes up on the whiteboard and I only have to erase that.
There
We'll
we go.
Figure it out. I'm just trying to, I don't want to be tedious and handwriting things out. That would take too long.
Right. We have low attention span. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. I was thinking of calling Steve Harvey, but I just don't think he'll come to Stone Harbor and help.
Probably not. Although
And
if
I-
you
we
know
have to
the
have a
location,
bedroom
you never
for him.
know. Yeah.
The only thing I do watch that occasionally, just because I do find it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it is for a half-hour show. It is kind of funny. So
Well, we better all watch an episode or two before
Yeah.
we come.
Yeah, you're right.
Homework.
well, the key is when again the two teams face off with one person against the other. First person who can answer the highest number question, that whole team gets to play. And then they all try to guess all the responses to that question, but they're not allowed to talk to each other. They are not allowed to confer. So
Oh, okay.
everybody's on their
Oh.
own. And then it's the team that steals is allowed to talk to each other.
Wow.
These are rules I don't remember.
Right.
Watch
Watch
a
the
few
show, you'll
episodes,
see.
Mel.
You'll see. And I don't know. I don't have money for prizes. We'll just have to figure out what our prizes will be.
5 nights of doing the dishes.
So
That's the losing team.
Oh, well.
unless you have a buzzer thing to decide who goes first, I'll think about that. You probably don't have that covered, do you, Kathy?
I have a bell, a big old-fashioned school bell that if you put it in the middle, the first person to grab it and ring
Ah.
it,
Ooh, that could get ugly.
they get to try the answer.
All right.
I
right,
don't
well,
have a buzzer, but I got a bell.
All right. Well, that's plan B.
I have
Good.
visions of fist fights over the bell.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's all right. We'll see how it goes.
Those little service bells where you tap on them.
Yes,
That they
that would be
sometimes
better.
have at cashiers.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Get a bunch of horns from the party store. Oh.
But yeah,
Hi,
so
Kathy.
I'll be ready. Kathy's there.
Hi. Hi, I made it.
So I, just so you know, we're recording this for Roger and Sally and Wayne, so.
Great.
And anybody else you want to send it to, whatever.
So
um,
is this the Stone Harbor crew right here, Melanie?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. So
Okay.
we can make decisions. How about that? Or at least convey information. If anybody doesn't remember where they were last time, I still have the map. And, Kathy, you have 2 single beds in your room. I realized
Oh,
I tell you that. So if anybody doesn't have single sheets, I have lots of single sheets because I save sheets, old sheet sets, so that whenever we rent a house, I have the right size.
Oh.
So
Okay,
if you don't have, pardon me?
I was just gonna say, are Kathy and I sharing like Sally and I did last year?
You each have your own room.
Oh, we do. Oh, okay.
yay.
That's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
And everybody has their own bathroom. So you bring your own toiletries, toilet paper, Kleenex. That way nobody has to bring a mass of stuff.
Right.
And then I guess we bring stuff for ourselves for breakfast and lunch, and then we're gonna take turns cooking.
Yeah.
Is that what we decided?
Yep.
I think last time we had 4 nights of people cooking, so they paired up. And then 3 nights where we figured we'd either do a communal meal or some people might like to go out to dinner or whatever. And then I think last year we went to Uncle Bill's one breakfast, which was very
We
popular.
did.
Mhm. Yeah, sure, we did.
So those are all the basic stuff.
And Melanie, you and I, we were going to take care of Saturday's dinner.
Right,
That's what we
right.
had said.
Yeah, because
'Cause
we
I can prep it and drop, because it's not very far for.
right, exactly. There are grocery stores, but they're not on the island. They're there's a little couple little markets, but I'm not sure what their hours are when we're there in September. So, yeah, so if you guys want to decide who you want to cook with, or, who wants to help out, it's fine, but, and I guess basically we just kind of, there's a couple, we can make up some ideas of different things we want to do, but as a group, or we can come, just do what you want to do. It's no big deal, but I mean, Kathy knows Ocean City pretty well. Cape May there's lots of things to do in Cape May. So there are a couple parks if you want to, if the weather isn't conducive. I mean, there are places to go hiking, I guess, but.
Well, the one thing we did with our family when we were down there at the end of July, and we really enjoyed it, I talked to Melanie about it. We chartered a fishing boat. We went out fishing in the Back Bay, and it was really good. And it was a lot of fun. They were great. So I don't know if any of you guys like to drop a rod in and give it a go and try to catch dinner one night.
Did you catch anything? Did you catch stuff?
We caught lots of things, but the flounder we caught, we couldn't keep because they were too small. They had to go back. We caught lots of little sand sharks. The kids just had a great time. They were so nice. The guys who ran we didn't have to do anything. They basically have all the rods, the bait. They hand you the rod, you drop it down. You get something, they come along with their, it was just us. It's not a boat where you're with 30 other people. It was our boat for the afternoon, and we stayed in the bay. And, if we had caught something that we could keep, they actually clean and fillet the fish.
Oh, wow.
So you actually have a captain and a mate who do everything. And if you split the cost up, it's not, it's reasonable. But I don't know if any of you like to fish. Some people hate it. Some people hate fishing and wouldn't want to go on a boat and catch fish, but we had a good time.
How many hours were you out?
3. And the boat, you're allowed to have 6 people in your party. And that's just because of the size of the boat. So, and it wasn't a little rowboat. It was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice, and they even had what they call a head, a bathroom on the boat, right, Chris? It's called a head. Because part of the boat was covered, where the captain sits to drive it. So you're not out, you don't have to be out baking in the sun the whole time. The back end of the boat, you were out in the sun. And they said that they fish up through November. They run their trips up through November.
What can you catch in the bay besides sharks?
Flounder, sea bass.
Really?
You can catch what they call stripers, or down here in Maryland, they call them rockfish.
Mm.
They're kind of ugly.
Yeah, but you can eat them. Part of the fun is just you get a bite and reeling it up, and believe me, we didn't catch anything we could keep, but we had a good time. And like I said, they were very nice. Because they did everything. I didn't have to worry about buying all this equipment. And I hate taking fish off a hook. So they did that for it, but then they were so nice to the kids, because the sand sharks, believe it or not, my granddaughter Aubrey would hold them in her hand, because they don't have teeth at that point. And so they showed them all the parts of the fish. They were practicing, they were touching them and all that. So they learned something too. So, but I said to Melanie, I didn't know if people wanted to do that, or you could always go to the boardwalk. I don't know how much is open though, once you get past Labor Day up on the boardwalk. So.
I love to fish. I love to fish.
You do? Wow, we got one.
Hooked him, hooked one. I'm neutral. I
Love flounder, love stripe.
Yeah.
Yes, love it all. Yeah, used to do it all the time on Martha's Vineyard,
Right,
fish.
right. And that's why we did it, because my dad always took us
Right.
fishing when we were
Yeah.
kids. And I can't do that by myself anymore. I don't have the equipment, nor I don't want to invest in it. So to quote, rent a boat for an afternoon with people who know what they're doing.
Right, and the bay is not rough, right? It's
Oh
like,
God, the bay is not rough at all. It's
good.
it's flat. As you know, when you look out in Stone Harbor on the bay, it's not
Right.
rough.
And Ocean City's got a bigger area too. It's right. It's probably more interesting than Stone Harbor's Bay
Right.
as far as stuff.
Well, if people are interested, just, let me know. Because I could always look into seeing if I can charter something.
I'm up for a boat ride. I'm not
Yeah,
a fish. I would want to fish because I'm not into fishing, and I don't eat fish usually. So
Right. I
We'd
love
be
to
up
eat
for it. We went fishing in Alaska, and same thing, they pretty much handed you the rod. You managed it, and if you did get anything, they took it off. They did all the work. So it wasn't bad.
Yeah, but we actually caught a lot of fish because they were so plentiful. They just kind of almost hopped in the boat.
Okay.
And that doesn't sound like what you're describing, so we'd actually have to fish.
Right. And of
We
course,
might have to be entertained,
well, I'm hoping
it's tedious.
some of those flounder that we threw back, they have several more weeks to get bigger.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Because, some of it's a matter of when they were born and how long they've been living as to whether you can keep them or not. We caught a lot of young ones. And they're really strict. You're not going to take anything that's undersized. So.
Right.
Good. That's good.
And you're not going to catch tuna in the bay.
No.
You got to go out 2 hours.
No, this isn't game fishing.
Probably no halibut either.
Or salmon.
Hmm.
Well, you could catch salmon, but
Oh, well.
anyway.
So that's a possibility for an afternoon activity if people
Sure.
wanted to do it.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned something else, didn't you, Kathy? Another place to go. I forget what it was, though. I should have read through the thread.
We'll see the organ.
thought you had mentioned another place, like a museum or
Oh, yeah,
if it was,
I'm trying to think, Ocean City has a museum in their library, but I don't, it's not that big.
oh, okay.
What
There's
is,
Lucy, there's Lucy the elephant in Margate.
Yeah.
Which is, just was reopened.
Right,
They refurbished her,
right.
so.
what does Cape May have to do?
Well, the Point has a lighthouse. It's a state park, but there
Oh,
are some
right.
a really they in the past couple years they redid some of the trails, so there are boardwalks through the marsh. So it's like a big circle around, and you can like in there are a couple circles. So if you don't want to walk too far, you go the shorter circle. And then it has also openings out onto the beach, and there are some what are they called? There are
bunkers?
the bunkers left over from World War II
Mhm.
that you can see. But walking on the beach, it's it's a different beach. It's a little different. I mean, when we walked out there, we saw dolphins right in close, so that was kind of cool.
Mm.
The town
Dolphins.
has a couple of areas that are pedestrian only with cool shops and stuff. There are a couple of Audubon sanctuaries where you can walk around on boardwalks as well. That's Nature Conservancy, but there are a lot of different places to go walking to look at birds. And then of course we did the railroad last time. So
There's a museum there, World War II museum. Is
Right.
there a
the airplane, yeah,
airplane? Yeah.
yeah.
We did that a couple of years ago.
I'd do it again.
It's a possibility, but we did that because the weather was bad that day.
Places
We
that.
did all kinds of things. So
Well, we went there and then we went to a brewery, didn't we?
yeah,
We
the
went to a
winery.
brewery, we went to a winery, and we went
Winery,
to Banana
brewery,
Boat.
Yeah, so there's things to do.
and they got the Cape May whale watcher.
That's true. Dolphin cruise.
They got it several times. They got a sunset cruise, guaranteed to see dolphins.
Yeah, there was another thing that I was going to look up, but I think it's about 45 minutes away. It's on the other side, on the Morris River. They have a river cruise, and it's just like I think it's like a 2.5 hour cruise, but they go past bald eagle nests and various wildlife and stuff. So there are things to do if it's too cool to be on the beach or whatever. Plus the beaches have all been redone now. When we went down in July, they were expanding the beaches. So there was this big pipeline going through the middle of the beach, and they had finished Avalon, but they had not finished Stone Harbor. So they had the pipe. So you had to crawl over or walk over the pipe, and then they had this machinery to spread the sand out. It looked like something out of one of the Star Wars movies. Really tall machine. The guy's up on top operating it, and he goes out in the water and spreads the sand all around. Looked like one of the
Well, pulls all the junk from the ocean and
right.
pours that ocean sand up on the beaches.
Right. So we were down last week and it was all done. The beach is like another 4 or 5 feet higher. So the dunes look shorter. And they're
Really
several, like a lot wider. So it looks good. Who knows how long it's going to last, but
Yeah.
apparently this has been something they've been doing gradually. I guess that they did further up the coast last year, and they did I think Avalon and Stone Harbor, but I think the island up above too. I think they
Yeah,
did.
city.
Yeah, surfs. Yeah, so
See,
so
North Wildwood got the benefits of a lot of sand floating down.
yeah,
Right, always. That's why their beach was like a mile and a half wide.
Yeah, well, this is like right across the bay. You can see the sandbar going out. and
Right.
that's all the sand down. It's pretty amazing. So interesting. But anyway, so there's lots of things. I'm sure we can figure out other things to do, but
I do think
enjoy the
Rich and I are probably gonna head up to Atlantic City to revisit the Oregon post-pandemic, because they weren't doing anything in 2021. We were up there. Kathy, you might be interested in going. It's the largest organ in the world. And they do they do an organ crawl as well as a little concert. So it's quite interesting, especially as you are an organist.
Yeah.
It's got seven keyboards.
It wasn't in use for a lot of years, that
Right.
organ. And
Right.
so how long does it take to get there from Atlanta?
It's like a half hour there and a half hour back.
It's
So
right
it's
off
no
the
big
Garden
deal.
State Parkway. It's
I've
not hard.
always wanted to see that. It's like one of the biggest, if not the biggest.
It is
organ.
the biggest.
Because
Where
the
is it
Philadelphia and
Is
is
it in a
also
church?
I'm
big.
sorry.
Is it in a church?
No, it's in Boardwalk Hall, which was the original locale for the Miss America pageant.
Okay, the convention center. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited. Yes. I'm
Okay.
in. Organ
Okay.
fish sound good.
Okay.
So Kathy, when you come, are you coming like on the Monday? Because you're playing on Sunday? Because you're coming for 5 days. So when do you want to come?
I'm taking off the Sunday. I'm
Oh,
not-
good.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna come on
Good.
Saturday and stay for 5 days.
good. And Chris, you're coming on Saturday as well?
I think it was it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night, and then
Okay,
leave on Wednesday, I think was the, yeah.
okay, all right. So I'm trying to get that coordinated so that Kathy knows when she can have her game. We want everybody
right.
to be there.
All right.
Hey, Melanie,
Yeah.
Susan Woodford, who lives in Delaware, is
Right.
going to come up for a day. She said
Okay.
she's not going to spend the night because
Okay.
apparently she's leaving for Ireland on like Tuesday, but
Okay.
she said she was going to come on Sunday.
Okay, great. Okay.
I don't know if she's staying for dinner or not. She
Well,
wasn't.
I
she
figure
wasn't clear.
we can spread enough
Right.
food.
Right.
I have a feeling with what Kathy and I are making, there's going to be leftovers anyway. So
What are you making, Melanie, that you made in Vermont?
I'm going to make the shepherd's pie.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah, and then Kathy's making something that has
Oh, it's it's got Italian sausage and pasta and stuff in a casserole kind of thing.
yeah.
people who like
So
meat.
Can't be bad.
so I mean the shepherd's pie I make is vegan, but if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know.
Right.
It tastes pretty good. So there'll be enough for
It's
everybody.
great.
Yeah, for everybody to taste things. And I tried it on another friend and she didn't even know.
Does
I
it
mean,
have
I
tofu
told
in
her,
it,
but I
Melanie?
wasn't trying to trick her. What?
Does it have tofu in it?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Well, at least not
You're not being
labeled as
honest with
such.
us.
Yeah. It might have been stuck in the Beyond Beef. But
All right, fair
Okay.
enough, fair enough.
And
But,
don't forget, we can always play pickleball.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have in the past.
yeah, so anyway, that'll be cool.
Do you have rackets, Kathy?
I have paddles. I have paddles and balls.
I've never played, but I really would like to try.
Yeah, it's fun. Chris,
John has some. John was, but he's not coming, but I will bring his, so we'll have some.
right? And we have pickleballs, and they have it's a nice facility.
Oh,
It
it's
really
beautiful.
is.
Well, they had rackets there too, didn't they?
They did if you needed them, but
Yeah.
they were very nice. The first year we realized they had it, and then the last time I just brought
Right.
extra paddles. We
yeah.
have extra paddles.
Just one
Great.
out of his pack.
I'm still gonna study that scoring. Still don't
Yeah.
get how you do it. How about
You need
the cornhole? Is that?
You need a degree in that.
The cornhole is the
Oh
board?
yeah, I can bring cornhole.
Okay.
I brought it last time, but this house was a little weird how to
Oh,
set
that's
it up.
right, yeah.
In the old house, we set it up right in front of the porch.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
can set it up in the hall.
That's true.
Oh,
No way.
indoors, it was
Well,
big
any
enough,
day.
wasn't it?
We could do it on the lower deck too. There was
Yeah.
room on the lower deck. We just have to push the chairs out of the way.
Right, right.
I like the lawn of the people who had the big house next to us, but they were always there, so we couldn't.
Right. Right, right. Well, I mean, we could carry it down to the beach too, but that's annoying.
Or the park,
Or the park, that's true.
probably be a car.
Yeah.
So Kevin, I'm going to alternate with you for the parking place so I can plug in my car.
Oh, okay, no worries.
It's only a hybrid, but you know, it does, getting around town, it would be nice to have some power.
Well, that's what mine is a plug-in hybrid, so.
Yeah. I don't know if there are any spots in town yet that,
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah,
There were? Because
I
I
got
did a
one.
search and I didn't see any.
which,
but
which,
Subaru sent me a link.
oh,
I looked at for charge point is what I was looking for.
Well,
I
there was
don't know much
municipal
about
park-
EV Go.
There was a municipal park that had an EV charging spot.
some
Is
of
that
them are
right?
good for Subarus though.
it's-
Oh, okay.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Ah,
But they
Yeah,
may have
because you
changed
have-
that, sometimes along the parkway, they've been updating so that they have a lot of different kinds. I don't know why
They
they
don't
don't
have
all
a
get the
standard
same
charge?
charger.
You have
No,
to.
there's two different standards right now,
geez.
at least two.
I think there are three, yeah.
Okay, that's what Kevin and Rich
Four.
is saying.
Four?
Kevin's saying
Four.
four.
It's
Yeah,
like a
like
cassette
cars.
player, in the old days of, you had records and you have 45. That's all they have to do is piece of plastic, plug it in, click, you go. But Mr. Tesla doesn't want to do that.
He's actually made various accommodations with various car makers now, Kevin.
Chevy-
Unfortunately, mine isn't gonna be suitable for that till 2025, so.
He made a deal with Chevy and Ford, but Toyota's the second as far as plug-in hybrids. They're second.
You know what the wait time for a plug-in Toyota around here is? 3 years.
Wow.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't even take orders. And they were
Yeah.
selling a 2022 RAV4 plug-in for $10,000 over the list price of
I
a
believe it.
2023.
Oh my
Because-
God.
The dealer has only gotten 2 cars in this year, and it's not an insignificant dealer. So they have an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah, Karen had one on order for like 6 months, and I think they finally decided they were just gonna wait because they bought a house, so they didn't want to buy another car. But
Right.
just hold on to her car because she has a plug-in hybrid, but
Yeah. I mean, I looked at Kia, their wait was a year. I looked at Hyundai, they said they're not shipping any plug-in hybrids to the Midwest. They're only shipping them to the Eastern Seaboard and to California.
right.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Because there's some kind of state incentives in those locations. But even though there's people in the Midwest who want the cars, they're not shipping any. You can ship them, you can buy them elsewhere and bring them back. But if the dealers aren't selling them, do you think the mechanics know all that much about
Right.
working on them?
Right.
So,
well, with my Subaru, I go to the dealership because I figure
Right.
he knows what he's doing. And if they don't, they'll find out how to do it,
right.
And
And even Subaru discontinued their hybrids, Kevin. They're not making any right now.
Hmm.
So,
I got mine at a good time because there were only 3 in the state of New Jersey 4 years ago.
right.
And because California has very strict air pollution laws, and also because their gas prices are so expensive, they're trying to be proactive, whereas the rest of the states really haven't caught up yet. And that's the only thing that's going to happen. They have to push the infrastructure.
Right. So that was what I did in July. I looked for a car. and got ready to sell my Mazda to my granddaughter. So
Ah,
Nice.
Wow. So that's the car you're bringing out then. What color is it?
Red, what else? But this is an orangey red. So,
Cool. Cool. So that's cool. Is there anything that anybody else needs to know about the area? I mean,
There is parking then, you're saying, or no?
there's one parking place that we're allowed for the condo, but there's parking up and down the street. It's September.
Yeah,
There's
So-
plenty of parking. Don't
Yeah.
worry about parking, yeah.
Yeah, once the weekend's gone, or even Saturday's done, it's pretty
It starts
quiet.
to wind down so quick down there after
Yeah.
schools reopen. It
There
does.
are some places that are open, but some of the stores even close midweek or have, like special hours or whatever. So
Mm.
in Stone Harbor, no, isn't
Yeah,
quite.
you go inland. There's a lot open.
Oh, yeah.
if anybody's into duck donuts, there is one in Avalon, but it closes the weekend we arrive.
What are duck donuts?
No,
Man.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
know.
the gooeyest donut you can imagine. They make them as you order them and they make them right then and there, but they've got flavors like banana split, and I've never actually had them. I can just feel myself breaking out in acne from the sugar overload of the smell that comes out of the store. But our daughter and grandchildren love them. So
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, there's always the Cape May Zoo too to go to. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a nice zoo.
It is a
It
very
is a
nice zoo.
It is.
I mean, it's an accredited zoo. For a little zoo, it has a lot of accredited research going on there. So,
and a lot of lions, if you can find them, depending on when you go.
yeah.
And they're busy.
And they're busy.
And they have a zip line apparently going.
Yeah, they have a
Oh.
rope.
So if you really feel adventuresome,
There we go.
Yeah, they have a rope
Not
course
me,
that goes
but-
over the zoo, and then they have a zip line that zips you on down. And you can do it at night now too.
I wouldn't want to go zip lining over the lions,
no.
No, not really.
no matter how docile they look in the afternoon.
Griff, are you up for it? Come on, Griff.
I'll watch you do it first, Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin might.
If you go, I'll have to follow, I think.
Ah, that sounds good. I've been trying to do that.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
so how's everybody been spending their summer? I mean, we've done the business end of it. Are you traveling or this is your travel in September? Anybody traveling?
Nope. Dog sitting.
Dog sitting, all right.
Our
Great
travel
day.
is in September and October, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to
Awesome.
Portland Kevin has a conference in Portland in a couple weeks, so
Portland, Oregon.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've never been to the Northwest, so I said I would go along. So
Yeah. that would be
Marshall
nice.
is going with us, and we're actually flying into Seattle and
Nice.
going to the Olympic National Park
Hmm.
for a few days before the conference starts, and then I'm gonna try and get together with Sally one day, and we're gonna meet part ways, and then so while Kevin has his conference, Marshall and I will wander around Portland because he has, one of his many 2001 friends or whatever, like live in Portland. And then we're going to go down to Crater Lake and Mount Shasta and through the Redwoods, and then visit my brother-in-law in Santa Rosa. And my
Oh,
nephew.
nice.
Nice.
So we're
Nice.
doing a whole Western
Yeah. And
seaboard.
when is this, Melanie? When are you going?
We're leaving next Monday.
Oh, okay. So you'll
so-
be able to report on your trip then.
Yeah. So it should be good. We're Marshall wants to camp. I cannot camp. I cannot lie down on the ground because I cannot get back up again. So we're trying some accommodations where he's camping in the campground and we're in like I think one place is like a glorified tent with actual beds in it. And the others are like little cabins.
Mhm.
So, one step up from, sleeping out of your car, but it should be fun. He said, you got to get into the spirit of the national park. So
I think the national parks have some wonderful cabins that you can stay in.
I think so too. Unfortunately, when we went to, when we went to book reserve different areas, and this was like 5 months ago or 4 months ago, I think we started, and we weren't looking. I knew the actual national park facilities wouldn't be available, but apparently that's a big weekend, and these last 2 weeks are the big weeks in the Northwest. So they were pretty booked up. We were pretty lucky to find places. So but I'm excited because I've always wanted to see Oregon and Washington. So my chance, the rainforest in the Northwest. So hopefully it will be not raining the entire time.
Mount Hood is supposed to be spectacular also.
Yeah, that's
but the October that we were there, they had a blizzard and they weren't letting anybody up in the second part of the mountain unless you had chains on, because there was that much snow already.
Right. I have a feeling we'll just try to do little side tours of things like that, because I'm looking at distances. It's not that far away, so it would be possible. But yeah. When we were down, my niece got married the end of June in Asheville, North Carolina. So we were down there for the wedding, and on the way back, Marshall said, well, we should drive on the Blue Ridge Parkway and see the highest peak in the East Coast, which I did not know is in North Carolina. It's Mount Mitchell. So we went up there, which is a really spectacular road. I mean, it's amazing because you've got mountains as you're going up. It's the mountains are just like the Smokies in that there are fogs and there's all kinds of things going on, and lakes, and it was gorgeous. And the road is very travelable and safe, so I didn't feel like I was going to go off the road because I get vertigo. So we got up to the top, and you can see 360 degrees all the way around from where they have the site. But a lot of it was pretty fogged in. So it was beautiful. And I always thought Mount Washington was the highest, but apparently
not.
Apparently not. There's I think there's like another 200 feet to Mount Mitchell. So
sounds like that picture you took in Ireland, Chris, of scenic overlook that was complete all fog.
All fog.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah. Or like, I remember when I was a kid, we were traveling in probably the first week in August, and we went up Mount Pilatus in Switzerland in a cable car, and it was snowing. And, you couldn't see anything because we were above the clouds, and it was crazy. So yeah, things are weird. Was always weird weather. So
Yeah, I went to Mount Hood. It's got to be 50 years ago, and we hiked, and we never saw the top of Mount Hood. We were there for 3 days.
How can this be that we're talking about having gone places 50 years ago?
No, it's not possible. I know. 25 years.
I'm thinking Kevin isn't even that old.
But you know where you feel it when you're going on a website and you have to put in your birth date and scroll.
Yeah,
You gotta scroll way down.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this is our collective 70th birthday year, so we should have a
Yes.
Yeah,
community,
do
we
it.
should have a collective 70th
Good
birthday
idea.
party.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea. And we should
Absolutely.
get that hat. Remember that hat we we
Oh,
bought?
I know.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
That was so fun. We ought to have some hats.
So
Well, I
that's
can-
what we can have a birthday party one night.
Yeah,
Sounds
Yeah.
reasonable.
for ourselves. I love it.
Okay.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're over a pizza parlor. I think we can get have a pizza party or
Maybe they can put the cheese in the shape of the number 70. Give pieces of pizza with no cheese for Melanie.
yeah. Yeah, right. There you go. There you go.
No, she gets the zero. She gets the center of the zero.
That sounds fair.
When you
Yeah.
were talking about weather, we went to the Grand Canyon in March, and that was the first time I'd ever been there. And we tried a couple times because we've got family in Tucson, but had never made it. And when we got there, it was just all socked in with, I have another picture, Barb, like the other one. And these tourists next to us were like from Indiana going, we drove all the way. And then it was like the dance of the seven veils because the clouds started lifting and then they would come back. And then finally it did clear up. But oh my God.
That has to be pretty rare there though, because I mean, it's so dry. I mean,
Well, there was snow on the ground still.
They're,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
up in the
right.
mountains, so
Yeah.
it's high elevation. They get snowstorms.
Yeah.
Were you on the North
know,
Rim?
I know,
Chris?
but-
You on
South Rim.
South Rim.
South Rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the North Rim doesn't usually open much before May,
Right.
mid-May.
Right.
Right. But it was so cold. Oh my gosh. It was like 17 degrees at night. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
So it would have been warmer down, if you hiked down.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
when
yeah.
you
I
get the
mean,
average temperature, it looks like, oh, it's 50s. or
right,
something.
being in
Not at
Tucson, you're in Tucson and then you go up to Mount Lemmon and they're skiing. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's not, it doesn't take much.
I know.
Have you been to Arizona this summer, Chris? It's been so hot.
Oh gosh, no interest in going in there. So at the end of the Grand Canyon trip, we did go to Tucson, but it was March, so it was beautiful. It was fine.
Yeah. Rich's brother and sister-in-law have a house in Sedona, and they're, because of the elevation, usually even in June, it never gets much higher than high 70s. And even they were 110 a couple
Oh.
of days.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
just brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Griff, what have you been up to?
Well, no traveling, but some of you may recall last April, I went with some engineering students who were working on a fuel cell car to the Indianapolis Speedway for an event. But that group is meeting over the summer and got plans to build a better car for Indianapolis in 2024. So I've been meeting with some of the students and helping them with some engineering aspects of the new ar.
And weren't you having, was it hip surgery in June?
Oh, yeah. So yes, I don't like to talk about it, but if you keep making me talk about it, I'll have to show the x-ray and what the top of my femur looks like now, but I'll try to avoid that. But anyway, yes, 7 weeks ago, I had hip replacement surgery. So doing fine. The next time you and Melanie want to go to Longwood Gardens, I think I'll be able to go and walk
Good.
with you.
Good.
So I did Saturdays. I usually meet some folks. You used to run with them, but some of them walk now Saturday mornings. So I, for the first time, went for a walk. I don't think we did more than a mile, but anyway, got out for a long walk Saturday. So yeah, making good progress there. I doing a stationary bike now, but I bet I'll bring a bike to Stone Harbor and be willing to go out for some biking with anybody that wants to, or on my own. So that's what's going on there.
So the big question is, are you pickleball, or will you be pickleball ready?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
So
September.
I hope so. I
Okay.
hope so.
Probably will.
Okay.
I play with ladies who've had the hip replacement and they're usually okay. They come back at 6 months and they're playing.
Yeah, I know tennis would not be a good hip replacement sequel. So probably won't. But I didn't hear anybody talk about tennis. But I think pickleball is pretty mild.
Right, Griff, you just, when the ball's coming, just look at your partner and say,
You got it.
Yeah.
yours."
Good. I hope I have Chris or somebody real mobile for a partner.
No, you need
And
someone who
hips
can
are
play.
supposedly the easiest recovery, then knees, then shoulders.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shoulders
yes.
are supposed to be the worst.
Mm.
Yeah. So the recovery, in answer to your question, Nancy, was real easy.
That's
Yeah,
good, that's
real
good.
no pain. I bet I was driving 4 weeks afterwards, even with the clutch. So
Wow.
Wow, that's good.
Well, you
yeah.
have-
So that was I was tired of not being able to get around, or I got real good at ordering the groceries and getting them delivered.
Got it.
Will you have to get the other one done?
I don't think so. The left one was hurting, and the X-rays showed the arthritis was more pronounced than that. So I don't think so. It would have to be pretty bad to do that again, I think. So, but anyway, back ready to walk with you guys at Longwood Gardens,
Good.
and before that at Stone Harbor.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really wanted to go to Longwood when it was so hot.
Yeah.
I can't even
No.
imagine.
No, I thought about it. There was one nice day a couple weeks ago and I thought I should go down there, but it was a Tuesday.
Right,
It closed on Tuesdays. It's like
right, right,
one nice day.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, even the place I volunteer was, finally it's nice, but it was pretty dry, just going, looking at poor things shriveling up in the heat.
Yeah.
How did
We
you?
have-
Oh, Melanie, sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna ask you, how did you do with that Canadian wildfire smoke? Was that really
Oh,
bad?
yeah.
Because I know New York City looked bad. So did you get it pretty bad, Melanie?
It was pretty bad, but I was in Great Britain, so.
Oh.
It
that
was
week.
bad.
Didn't get
Yeah,
any there.
It
That's
was
all.
really bad in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Marshall was there and said it was, so Nancy, you must have experienced it.
We got
too.
some, but not like what Philly got.
Uh-huh.
It was bad up here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Oh,
closer.
yeah.
We're really close to it, so it was really bad. We couldn't go out. I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't great here. I mean, we had it about 2 weeks after the East had it, and it didn't look like New York City did with that total red haze, but
No,
Milwaukee looked, and Chicago looked pretty awful. And even around here, they said, don't go out. And we don't have any lung issues, but just going out, your eyes were tearing, you could
Wow.
feel the
Yeah.
acrid smell in the back of your throat. It wasn't good.
No,
Yeah.
We're
When I
like
came back,
now-
there were 1 or 2 days that were bad, but
an
yeah.
hour and a half from the fire, so
Right.
Oh, wow.
it was bad.
Are they out now, Kathy?
No.
They're not out.
Where are they, where are you, the ones that were close to you?
Yeah, well, some of them, but there are more. And it's funny because Friday and Saturday, I didn't get home from Massachusetts till Saturday, but they told me that breathing was not good. Yeah, my neighbor has COPD and
Ugh.
he said it was just absolutely horrible. Obviously, he wasn't out.
Yeah. They said the Canadian fires have been going on for several summers. It's just that this year was really, really terrible, and they were having a lot more trouble controlling them this year than they ever have in the past. I had no idea there were Canadian fires, in past summers. I'd never heard about it. You always heard about the West.
Right.
I never did either.
Maybe there's not as many people living in the forested areas.
Probably.
I mean, they're up further north, but yeah, when I heard that Newfoundland was burning, I was like, really? I thought that was
Wow.
like water. It was
Yeah.
you know, it's
Damn
amazing.
old.
Damp and cold, yeah. So I guess they have had some pretty dry conditions too.
Yeah, we've had a drought all summer. We've had maybe 2 inches of rain in the last 3 weeks, but our backyard looks like hay. I mean, we started watering finally because we said maybe we can salvage something, but I think in the fall we're going to have to do a major reseeding because it's in such terrible shape.
Oh.
And the farms miraculously are surviving because of their irrigation, but they're ending up spending a lot more money because they have to run the irrigation so much more.
Right.
Mm.
Wow.
So not a good year for peaches in Georgia, tomatoes, or corn.
Huh.
The feed corn is fine, but not the sweet corn. So
Yeah. We've had good peaches. Did Nancy, when they had all the rain, did you get rain down in your area?
Yeah, we did, but
A
that we
lot?
didn't
It wasn't as flooded?
we got some, we had a couple of really bad storms and some
Uh-huh.
flooding, but for the most part, right where I am,
Mhm.
it misses us. Kind of
Right.
goes around us.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but yeah, there's been a lot of rain.
Because we
We're
got
in that.
rain, but across the river in Bucks County.
Right, they got that really bad one.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they just opened the road. I go over there to volunteer and I mean, the road that was closed is not a little road. It's a pretty major road and it was closed for 2 weeks. And I found out people actually drowned. Like there was a family that drowned in a
Yeah,
car.
that was big news around here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just down the street from
sad.
where I go. So that was pretty scary.
yeah.
But yeah, they finally are open. The road is open, thank God, because they have this little dinky bridge that goes across that I couldn't get to where I was going easily from the major bridge. So I had to go, they directed me across this bridge. It's like when you have another
think I
car
would've-
coming the other way, it's like
I would have
holy
not
crap.
gone.
Yeah.
I don't like dinky
Yeah.
bridges.
Oh, this thing is, well, and it goes across, it's at Washington Crossing. So it goes across the river and then it does this little jog as it comes off. So when people are making that turn to come on the bridge, they have to go in the other lane. I mean, they just have to. So it's kind of scary. And then they have these, I mean, my car isn't big, but people who drive, well, Kathy's car would have not have liked it. There are a couple big trucks that have come across because they had no other way to go, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of we've had some very strange weather, so
That
but-
we have.
Well, I hate to say, but I gotta run, and we will see you guys ready for Stone Harbor. It'll come faster than you
right.
Right. Before we go though, Melanie,
Yes.
we need, I haven't set my second payment to you yet, but I am going to this week.
Oh, okay.
400, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Just
would be
wanted to
great.
clarify.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Yeah. So yeah, I sent the check in because I figure I wanted to make sure it cleared with the real estate agent before I left somewhere. So that should be all taken care of. We're all set. And I think the time that we can move in is 1 o'clock. Let me just double check.
I think that's what it was last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the check-in time is still 1 o'clock. The other real estate agent in town does it at 2. So that's why I want to make sure they hadn't changed. But
Right.
yeah,
Can you send us the address again?
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I could probably scroll back, but it would take me forever.
Yeah, it's
Right,
pretty easy. It's
Yeah.
306 99th Street, but I'll send
Yeah.
the address out.
Okay, great.
And
So
it's
Griff,
right
do you
up-
want us to bring our Bucknell mugs along so you don't have to buy another case of them?
I wasn't gonna buy, but I have another Bucknell, memento.
Oh,
But,
no.
we'll keep that a secret. Maybe that can be the prize for the game. I do have the Bucknell flag, so.
Yeah, I was
if you-
gonna say, bring the flag.
Yeah, so unless you come real early, there'll be a Bucknell flag up outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Great, that'll help.
great, great. Oh, and we still do have access to the bay, so. If you, I don't know if you bring your kayak, Kathy, or what you want to do, but.
Yeah, is Kevin
Kevin
bringing?
will have his.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's gonna be down there, or it is down there already.
It's down there already.
Yeah, I'll bring,
Bring the other one.
would
Yeah,
any of
we
you
can,
be interested in paddleboarding? Should I bring a paddleboard or should I just go with another kayak?
Just the other kayak. I think the paddleboard's too heavy for you.
Okay, I was just hoping to get it out this year. It's heavy.
I mean, the bike store is open across the street from where we are, and 2 doors down, I think there's the outdoor sports rental place too. So
Right.
if we don't have the right equipment, I mean, there are places still open. They'll be very happy for our business.
Right.
Yeah.
But
September.
just that we're so close and we have the bay right there, so.
Alrighty.
You know,
I'm gonna cut out. You
Oh,
guys
just a
keep
second.
going, just because
Kathy.
I have to leave.
just a second. I thought, why don't we do like a message to Roger, like maybe a heart or something like that, and take a screenshot and we
Okay.
can send it to
Oh,
him.
that would be a good idea,
And
yeah.
maybe, I don't know, Rich, I was just trying to think through this. Rich, could you do a screenshot and then Barb move into the center? Or I don't know if someone else wants to do the screenshot, but kind of.
I have to be ignorant and say I don't actually know how to do a
Oh,
screenshot.
okay. Well, I can do half a heart. I can
Okay.
do it.
Okay,
Oh,
Okay, so.
I'll give him a thumbs up. So do whatever you want, but I think we'll just
Hey, you
do.
could try.
Thumbs
All
up,
right,
thumbs
something
up.
for 'em,
All right.
okay? So everybody, one, Barb, you got something you want to do? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. You know what? My thing's not working. Just a second.
Rich is
One more.
One more time.
More time?
Boy, I'm not getting the screenshot to work.
Okay, let me make you the co-host. Let's see.
Okay, Rich took a picture with his phone, but obviously the phone is covering his face. So if you want to pull up the thing.
This is a real reveal of our technical ability.
That
be
doesn't look
glad
like-
I know what a screenshot is.
Okay, I got it. So just if we do it one more time, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Okay,
1, 2, 3. Oh, it didn't work. It just worked. It's not, my keys aren't working right.
Okay.
Sorry.
did you get a video out of this, Kevin? Did
We
you get
got
like an
that.
MP4?
I'm recording it, yes.
Yes,
So do you have
Did you
like an
get a good one there,
MP4
Rich?
file?
I got something.
Okay,
you're
Okay,
right.
well, then
I
that's good.
see,
We're good.
I
Then
see
thank you.
everybody, but Kathy Burr has the heart in front of her face. You can see her teeth and her nose through it. So
It's okay. He'll recognize my nose. And so I'm good with that.
Okay, thank you. I just thought to send him
Nice
something.
idea.
good idea.
Okay,
Good
Very.
idea.
all right. See you in September.
Yay, there's a
Okay.
song like that.
That's a song.
Yeah, there's the song.
okay.
All right, thank you again, Mel. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.
There we go here.
We all going? Okay.
Yeah,
But we
we're-
don't have to if you have something else. Nancy, I did want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're interested. We were thinking of going to one of the concerts at Longwood Gardens. It's in this, they just, they have them out a year ahead of time. And maybe
Yeah.
Rick would be interested too. Have you ever heard of Chanticleer?
Chanticleer. Yeah, I've heard of Chanticleer.
Yeah, they're going to be performing there. And the
Oh, okay.
performance is it's in April. The tickets go on sale next week, I think.
Oh,
But,
that's far in advance. Okay.
But I don't know if they would sell out. But the way that they perform there, you're in where the sunken garden is, where it usually is filled with water.
Oh, yeah.
They set
Oh,
the
inside
chairs up-
then.
Yeah,
Inside.
inside. They set the chairs up there, and so the stage is the thing in front of the big room there.
Yeah.
The acoustics are amazing. You're surrounded by plants. It's like
Right.
it's like I don't know. It's like being in the Garden of Eden.
Wow.
There's no
But
music there, but anyway.
Chanticleer is a choral group. They're like
Mhm.
20 male voices, I think, but it's incredible. I don't know if you'd like to hear them. I was thinking we would go, and if you'd like to go, Griff, if you would like to go, I'd be happy to get a ticket for you, but
Yeah, I'm interested.
okay,
Yeah.
I think it's a Saturday.
Okay,
Now it's coming up to me April 20th, I think is what I remember,
okay,
but
I
it's-
can go online and look.
yeah. But I mean, we don't have to make a decision now because
No.
they're not going to sell out their tickets, I'm sure. But I mean, it is something. We went to see another group there, and it was just so much fun. And
So personal.
yeah, when they
Yeah,
close,
okay, yeah.
when they close down the park and the performance doesn't start till like 8 o'clock, they
Oh,
let
okay.
you wander around the greenhouse.
Oh,
because
wow.
they don't
Yeah,
make you
night.
leave.
Yeah.
So you can just, go and do what you want to do. Nobody else is around.
And then they do their sound check and you're right there.
Yeah.
You're right.
Wow.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It was very magical. If you like the music, it's magical. If you don't like the music, it would be probably torture, but
Well, I'm not really sure I've ever heard them, so I might go, see if I can't go like on YouTube or something.
yeah,
can
I'm
listen,
I'm
but-
thinking they're a cappella. Kathy, you've heard of them, right? Shen?
Yeah, they're really amazing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just do, it's mostly, it's choral music. It's mostly probably, I don't say it's all ancient choral music, but it's a lot of different sounds, as I recall, a lot of different.
I haven't heard them in a long, long time, so.
Yeah, but I'm sure, I don't know, it just seems like in that particular setting, even,
would be
with a
magical.
small room,
That-
relatively small room. I mean, it's a greenhouse, so it's not
Yeah.
small, but
Yeah, no, it sounds really cool. I
Yeah.
probably would like to go.
yeah. So I'm sure they sent you information like they sent me, but if you're
Yeah, I know I got a listing of all the different concerts and I think
Yeah.
I looked through it, but I didn't really focus on it.
Yeah, they have a lot of different kinds of things. And another one we were kind of interested, there's a Irish group that's playing that we might go to. That's in February, but I thought Chanticleer might be really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And in April, I mean, we wouldn't have any weather issues. February now, you never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, yeah, the one in February was a Thursday, and I think it was Leap Day, the 20.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
So
Is that- oh, we do have a leap day next year, don't we?
Yeah. So that would be exciting. But anyway, and it's not that expensive. I think it was under $40, so it's not that bad.
Right, not too bad.
for a ticket.
Mel, were you gonna pair us up for meals, or how are we gonna do this?
You can pick who you want to do it with. Kathy and I you did it because we're so close. We can prepare the food and have it ready, and it's not going to spoil,
Right.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know.
So I'm certainly good for a meal. I don't know so there's, who are the four meal people that are signed up already, or maybe you don't have
Nobody's
that?
signed up, just Kathy and I. Kathy kind of said, let's us do it Saturday night.
Yeah.
And we haven't really, you don't even have to have the meal there. You just have to have an idea of what you want to bring or buy it.
I just go shopping there, but anyway.
Yeah. So Griff is always very good for making food.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine doing stuff on my own if we're short on people
Right.
that'll prepare a meal.
Right.
Last year,
So-
Sally and I did together.
Right.
I forget even what we made. I don't have any clue.
I can help
It was good, whatever it was.
you, Griff or Nancy. I'll be happy to help you.
Yeah,
Is that what
You
we're
have to help both of us.
right.
I have to help both of you? Okay. I'll help
Yeah, I
both of-
don't cook anymore, so I have no idea.
Well,
I mean, I just don't do it.
Well,
Do we
what
need
what we did last year is we had one night we had pizza.
Yeah,
So that takes care of one night.
Okay.
And
'cause
I think what we kind of talked about, Kathy and I talked about maybe going to Ocean City and just going on the boardwalk this year.
Oh, nice.
And because then people can eat what they want.
right.
There's pizza there, but there's also other kinds of food.
Good.
Um,
How about the
Or
hot
we-
spot, Wildwood,
Pardon me?
hot
Wildwood?
spot? And
Oh,
Wildwood,
right. Do
Which
you
you
remember
remember,
Kathy, when we
Kathy?
went to the hot spot and got those calzones that were humongous?
Yes.
They had everything on that menu. I mean,
Yeah, they did. That was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, well, Ocean City is the family oriented, rather ritzy boardwalk. And Wildwood is exactly what it sounds like, which is teenage
Wildwood.
madness boardwalk. So
Yeah.
It'll
they
be
have,
okay. It'll be okay in September during the week.
yeah, oh yeah, no, it's not bad. And so either place we could go and
Right.
but that leaves the other night. So it just depends what you're interested in making. I mean, spaghetti's fine, or Griff is very creative.
Right.
No, not, I do the same thing
It is.
every time, but
did that.
Kathy Burr is in here. I'm not gonna do salmon because Brian doesn't like the salmon. So I gotta do something else this year. But anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, he made salmon.
Oh,
here.
they don't like
Oh,
salmon. I
Well,
love
Salmon either.
that's okay. There are, and don't worry about, I mean, Kevin's vegetarian, I'm vegan. Don't worry about us. We have things that we can eat. And if you have salad or bread with it, that we can add that to whatever we have.
Right.
So don't get all bent out of shape. Like, I think one year, Barb made a vegan sauce just for me. And it's like, you don't have to do that. Don't worry about it. Like if you're having vegetables, I mean, that's it. I mean, so get corn on the cob and somebody can do the grill. I don't know, it's whatever's easiest for you.
Kind of grill did we have? I don't remember. Did we use the grill last
It-
year?
I don't know that we used it, but I think, did you check it out, Griff?
I don't think it was very clean, is
Oh,
my
okay.
recollection. It was
Yeah,
there.
we were spoiled this year because when we went to the shore, my son-in-law likes to grill things, so he did it all.
Ah,
And the grill actually had gas in it. I think that was
Right.
the first time we've ever been to a place that it already had
Mm.
gas.
all ready to go.
Yeah, so he cleaned it and I was like, all right, but it wasn't bad. So but
Okay.
yeah, we can do whatever. Whatever you talk it over and see what you want to do. So
Okay.
so I guess the other people left are Chris and Barb. Did they do it together? I can't remember who, because you had Roger as your sous chef.
Right,
Mhm.
right. But
Right. So
they'll be there in
I
spirit.
They must have done separate. I
yeah,
don't remember what they made. My memory is really blah.
I don't remember either. I mean, I know Barb made some kind of spaghetti dish, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember what Chris did. But it was, I know in years past, she's brought some
He
seafood.
brought something from home.
Yeah,
Brought
she
crab
made it
cakes,
all.
yeah,
two-
that might have been it. Crab cakes or something.
Okay.
So, that's fine. That's probably why I don't remember it, because I don't eat them. So,
Didn't
I
eat
don't
crab
remember
cakes.
her having. Are you sure it was crab cakes? Because I love them and I don't remember that.
Well, I remember she brought them not to the most recent house, but the
Oh,
house
okay.
before.
Okay.
I don't remember the
no,
last
I
time.
don't remember either. I mean, I have pictures of everybody cooking, so if I go back and look, I'll be able to figure it out.
I love it.
I just know she brought something that she had already made
Right,
Okay.
at
yeah,
home.
yeah. So, well, and then if we're gonna have our own little birthday party, I guess we can figure out, but whatever talk amongst yourselves, see what you want to do. And like I said, Barb and Kathy and I are both doing like a casserole thing. I mean, shepherd's pie is a casserole, but because I have my CSA,
Oh, right, you
I'm
lots
gonna
of
have
vegetables.
a ton of vegetables that I can bring that are for communal use. So, and there's also, I don't know, is the farmer's market still going on Sunday in September? I'm not sure if it is,
I think it is.
but there are farm stands as you come in over the
Good.
on the island. selling stuff too, like, whatever. But I'll let you know before I
Right.
come. I usually have I already have tomatoes and blueberries and peppers in the freezer because I just can't use them as quick. So if you need stuff, I'll probably have it in the refrigerator or have brought it anyway, as far as vegetables go.
Do you have like whole peppers, green peppers?
Yeah.
Sweet stuffed peppers could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuffed peppers are good. Yeah.
Mhm. Haven't done them in years and years.
So,
Those farm stands on the way into Stone Harbor, though, I remember Kay had stopped there a couple times and they were outrageously priced.
well, I'll have peppers.
You'll have.
Yeah,
all-
I not only have peppers growing in my garden, they are, I get them every week. So towards the end of the summer and in September, that's basically what I'm going to be having is corn and peppers and
Right.
tomatoes. So
I'm
I'll
gonna
let
give
you
you more
know.
peppers because I think that's maybe what I'll do is stuffed peppers.
Yeah. And so I can at least have some peppers anyway. And
Yeah. I can always bring some.
and some of the things that you would stuff them with.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I need to get going now, so.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Kathy, you could help. I mean, if you wanted to, do something
yeah.
with me, that would be fine too.
Hey,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
So, all righty. Well,
Yeah.
let me know when if you need anything, and I'll let you know what I'm bringing so that we don't all bring all the same stuff.
Right.
But, I will definitely have. I can guarantee I'll have a lot of vegetables.
Good. It's always great.
All right.
Always good. Some nights that's what I eat, vegetables.
Yeah,
I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but sometimes,
Right.
yeah, still it's what I eat.
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see you soon then.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it'll be
likewise.
fun.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
Mel.
Bye.
have a great
Yeah,
rest of the summer.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Okay, so stop recording.